Hey there, it's Kat and this is Brews and Reviews. Today I'm going to be doing the twice a year tag, and this was created by Beck from Beckle Books, and she tagged me in it on Twitter, and I am really excited to do this because I sort of lose track of the goals that I set myself earlier on in the year, lose track of where I am, because how is it already May? What is time? So this tag is intended to be done in April and in August. So it's kind of like in the mid-months, which is good because we all kind of do check-ins at the January, December-ish time anyway. So this is really good and I'm really excited to do it. So let's just get into the questions. Question number 1 is, how many books do you think you'll read this year? So honestly, I think that I probably will end up reading around 150 to 160. I'm really behind on that target right now though. So maybe I won't quite get there. I'm not going to be mad if I don't get there. But that seems to have been sort of the theme of the past 2 years. I end up getting to at least 150, so I would like to hit that number, and I think I probably will. Maybe if I give myself a bit of a kick up the butt to get moving a little bit. We'll see. So question number 2 is, have you made a specific reading goal or target that you need to check in with and keep track of? I always do the Goodreads goal, but I always set it at a lower number. I start it at 60, and then when I near that goal, I raise the goal. So currently, my goal is at 80, and I've read 59 books so far this year. So I feel like I'll leave it at 80 until I get to 70, and then I'll raise it again, probably to 90 or something like that. But we'll see. We will see when we get there. Aside from that, I use my bullet journal to keep track of the books that I've read that are on specific lists. Currently, the project that I'm failing at the most is my David Gemmell project, and I really need to get to that one because I'm failing so hard. Failure. Question number 3 is, how many 5-star books have you read so far this year? And I counted. I've only read 12 out of 59 books. I expected it to be more than that, to be honest with you. I feel like I've read some really good books, but I seem to have been rating the majority of the books that I've read 4 stars, so even when they were really good, I've not necessarily been rating them 5 stars. And bear in mind that I have done a number of rereads of 5-star books, so some of those are rereads as well. Wow. It's really disappointing when you look at it like that. Question number 4 is, what's a popular book that you own but haven't read yet? And for this one, I'm going to go with A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemmerer because I bought the book. People love the book. I haven't read the book. But I will soon. Hopefully. Hopefully. Question number 5 is, do you want to reread anything in the next few months? And the answer is yes. As I said before, the David Gemmell project that I'm so currently failing at, I am really considering just picking up the entire Draenei saga and setting that as my TBR for next month. If you think that that would be a good idea, prod me, tell me yes, do that. Do not do any readathons and do that instead. That would be a wise thing to do, but am I wise? No. We know I am the fool. But if you do think that's a good idea, then yell at me in the comments to do that, because I need that. Otherwise, I am currently doing a reread of the Grisha series, the Six of Crows series as well. I'll get there. I've been trying to get through my actual TBR before I start going back into my rereads that were not necessarily planned rereads like the Grisha ones, so I'm going slowly. Question number 6 is, what new release are you anticipating for the second half of the year? And I have no idea. Coops, no! Yoink! Cat has come to join. He doesn't want to be here for very long, but he's gonna meow at me otherwise, so... See, look, he's gone. Honestly, I don't know. That is the simple fact. I kind of have a terrible memory for things that I've heard are coming out, and I don't go looking for them, mostly because I have 70 million unread books on my TBR that I'm like, I can't think of new books right now. I shouldn't look at new books right now, so I won't. Question number 7 is, what are you planning to read next, and do you think you'll rate it 4 stars and above? So I'm currently rereading the 5th season, and I'm enjoying it way more reading it physically than I did with the audiobook. I feel like the audiobook for that did it a real disservice. I am vibing with it so much more as a physical book, so anyway. I may rate that higher than I rated it last time, which was a 3-star. I currently feel like I will. I'm also reading Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim, and I am liking that one a lot, but I'm not sure if it'll make it to 4 stars. It might. It's definitely not going to be a 5-star at this point in time, but I might enjoy it. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. And after that, probably going to be a reread of Ruin and Rising, which we all know I'm going to rate as 5 stars, so yeah, probably. So if you want to do this video, it's a little bit late in terms of like the yearly thing, but I wanted to do this one so that I could go back and look at it when I do the one in August. You're totally tagged to do it if you want to do it, because it's fun. I like checking in on myself, particularly that question about 5 stars. It is really making me reevaluate what I've read and be like, why? Why haven't I read more 5 stars? This is so weird. Anyway, if you like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!